Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at the second of the new Investigator boxes for Arkham Horror Chapter 2.
Yeah, so the last one we looked at was Tommy Muldoon. He's the new Evergreen. He's the new Evergreen Guardian. So now we're going to be looking at Carolyn Fern, who is the standalone Evergreen they're all investigators.
Seeker.
Seeker.
Yeah. Yeah. So this Caroline is different than Caroline Chapter 1. Well, because, well, for one thing, Caroline Chapter 1 was a guardian. Now she was a guardian who couldn't use guns, but now she's a seeker. So that seems more appropriate, I think, for the way her deck is, or at least her chapter 1 deck is. We'll see what her chapter 2 deck is.
And I think so far all the characters that we've seen that had come over from the from chapter 1 have stayed within their same aspect or same skill set until now. I think Carolyn's the first one that's changed, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So let's go ahead and take a look at her and see what we've got waiting for us.
All right. All right.
Okay, so let's cut open here. All right, so with Carolyn, so we have got her. Here is her little investigator card. So yeah, if they did keep those, so you can either use the mini cards here, or you can use the little token that comes in with the core set because they've got new tokens to identify, so you don't have to take up as much map space. So whichever one you like, or a combination of both.
I actually like the investigator cards.
Yeah, I do like the investigator cards. They can get a little cluttered sometimes, so I could see the
Yeah.
usefulness of both of them, but I like having them.
Yeah. It depends, like if you have a smaller table space.
Yeah.
So
We don't have that problem here.
so this is if you want to rebuild the deck, after you've torn it apart. So you've got for that. Then there's just the story, playing Carolyn Fern, how to use the expansion. So we're not going to go over this, but you could just
Yeah,
see.
we won't read the whole story, but basically this is supposed to be kind of, this is the story of, why she is now a seeker instead of a guardian.
Right, and how to upgrade her.
Her expansion symbol, all of that stuff.
So she has additional rules. So we have research. So one thing that seekers do is that's kind of unique is there are some higher level cards that you actually have to do something in the game to unlock the card to in order to buy the upgrade. So normally when you have an upgrade, it's just you spend the XP and I replace the level 0 of the card with the level 1 or level 2, whatever it costs. I spend 2 XP and I can replace the level 0 with the level 2. Boom, I'm done. But in some of these cases, that the ones that say research, is you actually have to do something. You're going to mark it in your campaign log, and then you can spend the XP. So it's an extra little in-game thing that you have to do.
Yeah, and from what I
like, here's an example. Okay. The Scroll of the Pharaohs word of set has the research keyword. Therefore, an investigator cannot purchase the Scroll of the Pharaohs word of set directly. They must instead upgrade from the Scroll of Pharaohs untranslated, and they can only do so if they have unearthed the secrets of the pharaohs.
Yeah, so in other words, if you are building a deck with, just to start to do something as a one-off or whatever, and starting with XP, you technically can't start with that, with the upgraded, or you can't start with the upgraded one because you have to go through the upgrade process.
Right.
So there will be something on the card that you have to complete in order to be able to upgrade it.
Right. And the nice thing is it doesn't have to be coordinated with the campaign you're doing. So you're doing a jungle campaign, you could still research the pharaohs because you've got like the books on you or something.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be in the Egyptian scenario to
it's like you look it up on the internet.
Yeah.
But there's no internet yet.
You're looking it up in your your tome of
your trunk of books.
Yeah, then we just got some credits and playtesters. So all right.
Let's
take a look at the cards.
Okay, so we're going to move on. First, we'll look at Carolyn's deck building rules, requirements, restrictions, however you want to look at it. So she has to have a deck size of 30. Her options are Seeker cards level 0 to 5 and Neutral cards level 0 to 5 as well. And the cards that are required but don't count against your deck size are Experimental Psychology, Unbroken Web, and one random basic weakness. Although we'll see if The design, I guess, is that you can, if you were to go to a game night or something, or over to somebody's house, and you wanted to join into a game that's already that they've already got set up or something, you don't necessarily have to have a deck built with you. You can pick up you can purchase a copy of this, pull it out of the box, and it's ready to go straight out of the box. So her random basic weakness will not be so random in this first one, but everything after that will be. So,
All right. So that was an explanation while I was trying to get the camera focused.
yep.
All right. So we got her stats is she's got a will of 3, intellect of 5, combat of 1, and agility of 3. She is a medic scholar, and as a reaction, after you heal 1 or more horror from an investigator or ally asset, discover 1 clue at your location. That's pretty nice.
Wow.
And
it doesn't even require a skill test.
No. Well, the skill test could be for the healing.
Right, but not all healing actions require a skill test.
That's true. And speaking of skill check, her elder sign gives her +1, and you get to heal 1 horror from an investigator at your location. So if you do I'm going to do an investigation, I get the elder sign, so I heal a horror, then the reaction can kick in, and you can actually get 2 clues for 1 investigator action and heal the horror.
Wow, that's a powerful little 1-card combo right there.
Yeah.
Well, almost 1 card.
Well, yeah.
You got to have something else to go with it.
Well, you don't even that's not even requiring cards in that case. That's just doing you could do that with a basic investigate. Yeah. She's got 6 physical and 9 sanity.
Wow, that's pretty sweet build right there. All right, so her signature asset is the experimental physiology. So this is a 2-cost asset. If you use it in a skill test, it provides a willpower, an intellect, and a wild. It is a science tome item. Belongs to her deck only, of course. It's her signature. It does take up a hand slot, but as an action, you can test using intellect of 2, and an intellect with target of 2. And if you succeed, you're going to heal 1 horror from an investigator or ally asset at your location, which again feeds into her little shtick. And then as a reaction, after you heal horror from an investigator, you can exhaust the book, and investigator gets +2 skill value. That investigator gets +2 skill value to the next skill test this round. So in other words, if you go before somebody, you could heal them and then turn around and they get +2 on their next test. That's pretty nice.
Okay. All right. Then her signature weakness is Unbroken Web. It is a terror, Dreamlands, Revelation. Put this card into play in your threat area, and as a reaction, when you would discover any number of clues, place that much horror on Unbroken Web instead. Then discard the card. Then discard this card if there are 4 more horror on it. And forced, when the game ends or you are eliminated, you earn 2 fewer experience. Now,
oh, that hurts.
I hate those there. Where it's
doesn't hurt you so bad if you're playing a one-off, but if you are playing anything that goes more than 1 game, that would definitely hurt. You want to get rid of that thing.
All right.
All right, and then so her random weakness, the basic weakness that comes with her deck is the lethal curiosity, and it's a flaw, and the reveal effect on it is you test willpower 4, which in her case, she's only got a 3, so you'd need some help with that. But for each point you fail by, you must either take 1 damage or place 1 of your clues on your location. Oh, ouch. If she failed this, if she just whipped this, got the auto fail or something, she's taken 4 damage there.
Or 4
yeah, I guess. Okay. Wow. That's a nasty one.
All right. So now one thing with these investigator decks that's different than the core set is there's actually 2 copies of each card, which you are allowed to do in deck building. The only way to do that with the core investigators was to take the cards separated the way they were packaged and, combine them.
Yeah, you had to break the decks apart. You couldn't to get double up.
But in this product, all you have to do is just break the seal and boom, you can play the deck as is. So the first card we have is Dreamer's Chronicle. It costs 4. It provides an intellect and a skill. It's an item tome. A tome, I should say.
Not tomb. That's a small tomb.
Yeah, it's a tomb for a mouse.
It's tomb for the rat. Yeah, because of the cat.
Item tome. Use 4 secrets, and as an action, spend a secret. Investigate using books. The first card you commit to this investigation gains a wild, and if you succeed, you may take a horror to discover one additional clue at your location, and it takes up a hand slot.
Yeah, but considering the fact that she can heal the horror, then yeah, not that big of a deal.
Yep.
All right, then you've got occult records. So this is a 3-cost asset that provides willpower if used in a skill test. It is a occult tome that comes in with 3 secrets. Takes up a hand slot, but as a lightning action during your turn, you can spend a secret, exhaust the records, and heal 2 horror from an investigator at your location. Then you're going to have to test willpower 2 against 2, and if you fail, you're going to discard a card at random from your hand. Okay, I'll never use this.
Dirk loves discarding random cards.
That's a 4-letter word. I don't care how many letters it's got.
All right. Then we got a private practice. It's a 1-cost asset. Provides an intellect if you put it in a skill check. It's a profession. Limit 1 per investigator, even though you have 2 in the deck. There's a reaction. After you heal 1 or more horror, you can exhaust private practice to gain a resource. So yeah, you do that with that elder sign that we talked about before. So not only are you getting 2 clues, you're healing the horror, now you can get a resource as well. So
and she might be the most synergistic deck we've seen so far. All right, then you've got the psychology student. So it's a 2-cost asset. He's a Miskatonic ally. He provides a willpower if used in a skill test. Takes up the ally slot, but as a reaction, after you play him, you're going to heal 2 horror from an investigator or ally asset at your location. And he will provide you with 1 physical and 1 mental soak.
All right. Then
or I guess.
This is Scroll of Pharaohs that we talked about when we looked at the booklet. It costs 3. This is the untranslated. It provides an intellect if you put it in a skill check. Item, relic, tome. Uses 4 secrets, and as an action, you spin a secret and exhaust the Scroll of the Pharaohs to deal 1 horror to an investigator or ally asset at your location. Then, if there are no secrets on Scroll of the Pharaohs, discard it, draw 3 cards, and record that you have unearthed the secrets of the Pharaohs in your campaign log. So you actually are doing horror, but she's really good at healing. So you just have to make sure that you get it done within the scenario to be able to upgrade.
Now the Scroll of the Pharaohs, does that mean the star in front of it? I can't remember if that means it's unique and you can only have 1 in your deck. Yeah. Okay.
You can only have 1 out in play. You can have 2 in your deck.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you can only have 1 in play.
All right. Then next we've got the University Archivist. So she is a 2-cost asset, provides agility if used in a skill test. She's a Miskatonic ally that takes up the ally slot. But while she's in play, you have 1 additional hand slot, which can only be used to hold a tome asset. And as a reaction, after she enters play, you get to search the top 6 cards for a tome asset and add it to your hand and then shuffle afterwards. And while she's in play, she will provide you with a soak of 1 physical and or 1 mental.
All right, now we move on to the events. So the first event we have is a caustic reaction. It costs 2. It provides a intellect and a strength, or intellect and a combat if you put it in a skill check. It's tactics, science, fight. This is fight using your intellect, so that's interesting. You get +1 intellect for this attack, and if you control 2 or more clues, the attack deals +1 damage. So this is a great fighting card for Seekers.
You know how whenever you're a kid, you always kind of look at the clouds and stuff and see what the shapes are? I don't know. This cloud looks to me a little bit like Cthulhu.
Of course, it's also not a cloud.
I don't care. It still looks like Cthulhu.
Okay. Now, this is a great card in Marvel Champions. Let's see what it does in this game.
All right. So, Unflappable. So, this is a 2-cost event. If used in a skill test, it provides you with an intellect and a agility. But it is an evade action. You take an evade action using your agility. You get +2 for the evasion. And if you succeed and control 2 or more clues, you get to heal a horror. So that's pretty good.
And and in Carolyn's deck, then it triggers her.
Yeah, well, that's why she's in the picture.
Yep. All right. Then we got, this is a reprint, but this is one of my favorite cards from chapter 1.
It is a great one.
It's a 2-cost event. It's will and intellect if it's in the skill check. Preposterous sketches. It's an insight. Excuse me. Play only if there's a clue on your location, and you get to draw 3 cards.
Yeah, card advantage. Gotta love it. All right, so then we've got next is the Psychoanalyst. It's a 2-cost event that provides a intellect and a wild, but it is a science insight, and you can choose an investigator at your location and reveal the top 3 cards of their deck. That investigator may choose to either draw one of the revealed cards and shuffle the rest into their deck, or heal 2 horror, and they just return the cards back to the top of the deck in any order. So they can either select the order of the next 3 cards and then heal, or pick one. So that's a pretty good option to be able to take there.
Yeah.
And the fact is, you can do it with anybody. It's not just your deck, so you can do it for somebody else.
Now we're going to de-escalate Dirk's excitement from the previous card.
Nope.
It's a 1-cost event, provides 2 willpower. If it's in a skill check, it's an insight. Parlay, choose an enemy at your location, heal horror equal to that enemy's horror value.
All right, and I guess we're seeing that, there's a crossover with the Harry Potter universe, because that looks like Snape.
They are wearing Harry Potter robes, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so next we've got the Insidious Truth. So this is a 2-cost event. If used in a skill test, it's going to provide you with a combat and an agility, but it is a cursed insight. And as an additional cost to play this, you may discard up to 2 cards from your hand. You can take a fight action, or you take a fight action using combat, and for each discarded card that's part of as part of the cost, you get +2 combat and deal +1 damage for the attack. And that's for each one.
Wow.
So that could be a total of +4 skill and +2 damage. That's pretty nice for an investigator.
Yeah.
Or for a seeker, I mean.
All right. Then we got Deduction.
This is another one of your favorite cards.
Yep. And
and it's the artwork that you like too.
That I like as well. Yeah. So it provides 1 intellect into the skill check. It's practice. If this skill test succeeds while investigating a location, discover 1 additional clue at this location. So it's just a straight out reprint, but it's a good one. Come on, don't be blurry. Thank you.
All right, next we've got the Established Motive. It's a skill card. It provides a wild when you use it, but if the skill test is successful, the performing investigator searches the top 6 cards of their deck for an insight event, draws it, and shuffles their deck. And guess what? What was it? The Preposterous Sketches is an insight. So it's a good way to get Preposterous Sketches into your deck and draw 3 cards as well.
All right. Then we got, this is the last of the level 0 cards. Literary Analysis. It provides 2 intellect into the skill check. It's a practice. If this skill test is successful, replenish 1 secret on a tome asset at your location. So that's nice. Get another use out of one of your books.
All right.
All right. So now one thing this game does is you get to, especially when you're playing campaign mode, is you earn experience. And then you can expend the experience to upgrade cards.
Yeah, I love the deck building part, but I really like to be able to upgrade the deck in between in the campaign, because if you couldn't do that, it would make these campaigns much tougher.
Yeah, so this first card is an upgrade of a card that was actually in the core set.
Yeah, so this is the Magnifying Glass. It's a 0-cost asset. The upgrade takes 1 experience, but if used in a skill test, you get an intellect for it, but it is a tool item. It's a fast play, so you don't take an action to do it. But while it's in play, you get +1 intellect while investigating. As a lightning action, if there are no clues at your location, you can return this to your hand. And yes, there are reasons to do that.
Especially since you only have 2 hand slots.
Yeah. And it takes up a hand slot.
All right. Then we got an upgraded Unflappable. It costs 2, 1 XP. It provides an intellect, an agility, and a wild. It's an insight, evade using agility. You get +3 for this evasion, and if you succeed, you get to heal 2 horror from among cards you control. So when it says it like that, that could be like allies that have taken some horror damage. You could heal them.
Yeah. So just for the 1 XP, you get the extra wild, you get the extra +1 to the evasion. And you can spread that healing out to other cards instead of just you. So it's a pretty nice upgrade there for 1.
All right.
All right. Next, we have the Typewriter. So the Typewriter, I think this one's a net new. Was there a Typewriter in the core? Because there's not in this deck.
I don't remember.
I think this might be a new one. But It costs 2 XP. It's a 2 cost asset upgrade. It's a 2 cost asset that provides a willpower and an intellect whenever you use it in a skill test. But it is a tool item that has 3 secrets on it. If there are no secrets on the typewriter, you will discard this one, and because normally you would not unless it says so. But then you're gonna the secrets on the typewriter may be spent as if they were tome assets that you control. So basically, they give you additional uses for tomes. So that actually
That is really
nice.
Yeah. All right.
And it doesn't take up a slot. That's the other thing.
Then we got a 2 cost event, caustic reaction, provides an intellect and 2 combat. It's a tactic science fight using books. So you get +2 books and deal 1 damage for this attack. And if you succeed and you control 2 or more clues, the attack deals +2 damage instead.
Okay, so the previous one would up you a total of 1 damage. This one could do 3 now. And you get the extra combat with it. So that's pretty nice.
Well, it's +2 damage.
Well, no, but the other one was just +1. This one you deal +1, and if you have the 2 clues, you get +2
Instead.
Oh, instead. Oh, okay, I missed that part. I missed the one important word there, I guess. Okay, so then we've got hypnotize. So this is it costs 2 XP to put this in, but it is a 2 cost event. Provides a willpower, an intellect, and a wild. It is a science and as a parlay action using intellect, you get +2 for the parlay. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location. The test difficulty is equal to that enemy's remaining health. And if you succeed, you're going to shuffle that enemy into the encounter deck. So it is a good way to get rid of an enemy, although you might have to deal with it again sooner than you would normally.
All right. Then this is the last of the 2 XP cards. This is the upgraded deduction. Costs 2 XP. Provides 2 books into the skill check. If the skill test is successful while investigating a location, discover 1 additional clue at that location. 2 additional clues instead if it succeeds by 2 or more. So this is the same as it was in Chapter 1, but it's a very good card. I'm glad that it's back.
Yeah, I think you had even asked me if we thought we'd see that again. You weren't sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got autopsy report here. So this costs 3 experience points. It costs 3 to put into play. If you use it for a skill test, though, it gives you 1 combat, 1 agility, and 1 wild. This is a science tome item. Takes up a hand slot, but as a reaction, after an enemy at your location is defeated, you're going to exhaust this, and you can take an investigate action using intellect with a +X. For the test where X is the defeated enemy's printed health. This goes to a maximum of 5. So, yeah, that's a pretty nice one.
And it's not an action. It's just
an
investigate.
It's a reaction.
Reaction. So you get a free investigate. Even like your guardian defeats the enemy, and then you go, oh, cool, I can get the clues now.
Yeah, because that is great. It doesn't say after you defeat. It's after one's defeated.
Yeah, it's like guardian, you go first. Oh, you killed him. Yay. Let me investigate those clues for you, before I take my turn. All right, then we got Sharp Rhetoric. At 3 XP, costs 2 to play it. Provides a will, an intellect, and a wild. It's a talent. So this is starting. So starting is nice. So the way starting works is after you do your mulligan, but before you shuffle, you get to search your deck for 1 starting card and add it as a 6 card to your hand. And then you would shuffle the cards that you mulligan.
Yeah, and we did look it up for clarification. And it did clarify that you can only do that with 1. So if you had 2 different starting cards, you would have to select one of them.
Right. As a lightning, you could spend a resource. You get +1 intellect for the skill test, +2 instead for an investigation or parlay. Or you could do the lightning, spend 1 resource, you get +1 will to the skill test, +2 if it's an investigation or parlay.
All right, then we've got the updated psychoanalysis. So this one costs 3 XP. It's a 2 cost event that provides willpower and intellect and a wild in a skill test, but it's a science insight, and that 1 at a time, each investigator at your location reveals the top 3 cards of their deck, draws 1 of those cards, and shuffles the remaining 2 back into the deck, and then they will heal 2 horror. So it takes the different choices you had in the previous one, and you no longer have to make the choice. Not only do you get it, but so does everybody else. But it does cost 3 XP. So they figure they make you pay that much XP, they're going to make it worthwhile.
All right. So now the next group of cards is kind of unique to Seekers. So this is the researched keyword that we talked
Oh,
about.
okay.
So the first one is Scroll of Pharaohs. It costs 4 XP. It's 3 to play it. This is the word Bast. So you have to do you have to resolve the untranslated. You only have to do it once, even if you have 2 copies of it. Once you've succeeded and you marked it in your campaign log that you succeeded on the translated, then you get to choose, for each one, you get to choose one of these cards to upgrade the untranslated with. So this would provide a will and 2 wilds. It's an item relic tome. Researched, uses 4 secrets, and as an action, you take 1 horror and spend 1 or 2 secrets. For each secret you spend as part of this ability cost, you reveal 3 cards from the top of the encounter deck. Choose and discard 1 non-peril, non-elite card among them, and return the rest to the top of the encounter deck in any order. So that's pretty nice that you can manipulate the encounter deck a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so the second upgrade along that path is the Word of Ra. So this one also costs 4 XP. It is 3 cost item asset. Gives an intellect and 2 wilds if used in a skill test. It comes in with 4 secrets, but as an action, you can take a horror and spend 1 or 2 secrets. To do that, you'll take a fight action using your intellect. You get +3 for the attack, and if you succeed, the attack deals +1 damage for each secret that you spent as part of the ability's cost. This one also takes up the 1 hand slot. But yeah, so you do have to, it is the risk because you're using those before you, you're paying those 1 or 2 secrets in. But they definitely, the extra damage is nice there if you use it. And with the 3 wild, there's a good chance, there's a good chance you're going to be up there to be able to pull it off.
This is a nice card that if you're separated from your guardian,
Yeah.
so that and you draw an enemy as your encounter card, it's like help, but instead, well, okay, I'll just deal with it myself.
Yeah, help ye who help themselves.
All right, and then the final version is the Word of Set. It still costs 4 XP and 3 to play it. It still provides an intellect and 2 wild. Still got the research, uses 4 secrets, but here you take a horror and spend 1 or 2 secrets for an investigate action using your intellect. You get +3 for this investigation, and if you would succeed, discover 1 additional clue at your location for each secret you spent as part of the ability cost.
Okay.
And then the final card we have.
The final one we got here is Commune with the Cosmos. So this is the 5 XP upgrade here. It costs 2. It's an event. If you used it in a skill test, then you're going to add 2 intellect, and you've got a wild, or wild, or whatever. That's what it provides. Yeah. But this is a spell. Whenever you play this, you can take up to 3 horror, which Carolyn's okay with because she can turn around and heal it. But you get, as an investigate, you take an investigate action, or you take an investigate action using your intellect. You get +2 for the test, and if you succeed, you're going to discover X additional clues at your location, where X is the amount of horror to a maximum of 4. The amount of horror on you that gives you a maximum of 4 additional clues. So yeah, depending on how much horror you've taken, this gets better the more horror you've taken.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, you could take up to 3 to trigger it, but if you've already taken a bunch of horror, you don't have to take any extra horror to get like 4 clues. Holy moly.
That is nice.
All right. Well, anyways, so that was our second of our investigator packs. So the Seeker. So I always liked Carolyn in chapter 1. So
yeah, and it looks like,
curious to see, how I
like the she really looks like she's very well synergized.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks like, so far of everybody we've seen, I think she might be the most capable of soloing.
Well, I mean, she's got a couple good combat cards, but I think she would struggle with enemies still.
Yeah, she still could, but I mean, I think overall, I mean, her and Tommy both, though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get new alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see ya.